All right, hello once again. Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and I've been going over the AppInventor2 Create Your Own Android Apps textbook from Wolber, Abelson, Spertus, and Looney. And I'm in the middle of Chapter 2, and we have now completely finished our interface, and we're setting up this code for our buttons. So I've got the green button, the red button, the blue button, and the green button done, and our white button. The red, blue, and green button change the color of our canvas, our paint color that we're going to use accordingly, and our white button clears the canvas. So, what we've got left is to take a picture and to do the dots. So as it mentions, App Inventor apps can interact with the camera. So, as it says, let the user set the background of the drawing by taking a picture with the camera. Camera has two key blocks, the Take Picture block, which launches the camera app on the device, and the After Picture, which is triggered when the user is finished taking a picture. Mentioned here, you'll add blocks. In the After Picture, to set the drawing canvas background image to the image you just shot. So what we want to do is open the Take Picture button drawer and drag out a Take Picture. Well, okay. One thing I maybe should have done before, I don't remember of them saying that, but maybe they did, is to come back into my designer, and I want to go down under, I believe it's media, and I want to find camera. Now that should be a non-visible component, so even though I'm going to drag it into here, it should appear on the bottom. And there it is. Oh, and I did a camcorder instead. I don't want to do that. So let's delete that, grab a camera, same thing, there's our camera component. Okay. And I believe we want to, oh, maybe we don't have to do this. Okay, that's fine. It's the Take Picture button drawer. If I don't need that I just added, that's fine, then we'll get rid of it. So we want to do the Take Button button. So I'm going to keep collapsing these blocks and just moving them over. So we've got a nice big surface to do our work on. I find this much easier, and I can always expand them again at any time as I need to, want to, whatever. All right, so that's all the code that I've done thus far in here. Okay, then I want to come down again to my picture, Take Picture button, drag that out on the screen, okay, and as the author says here, open that up. We've done that, so from the camera, drag out the camera one, so I do need the camera. I'll need a Take Picture and I'll need an After Picture, so I'll have to add both of those. So from our camera here, there's the After Picture. And from our camera, there's the Take Picture. I'm not sure. Well, we'll make it work, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. So let's just see. Drag out the Take Picture and place it in the Take Picture one button click handler. So we want the Take Picture to go there, so I did this wrong, so we put that here. All right. Then drag out the After Picture. All right. And drag it into the workspace. It is there. From the drawing canvas, draw the Set Background Image to block and place it after the camera image event. So we want the background image here. Okay. Place it in the after picture event handler. All right. Oops. The after picture has an argument named image, which is the picture that was just taken. You can reference it by using a get block, like so. So this should be get image right here. So that is this. And our image get block from the after picture block. Okay, so is there an image here? There's the image. Look. Again, if I hover, there's get image, and that will go in here. That will go in here. There we go. Now, usually when it gives you this, that went away. When you get the little triangle there with a red in it, something is wrong, typically it's because something is missing or the connection is wrong or whatever. All right, so that's what ours looks like right now. Last thing we have to do in here is to change the dot size. As it says, the size of the dots currently is set to 5 because that's what the radius is. You can put a different color in there, but as mentioned in the second paragraph, the user is restricted to whatever size you set the radius argument to be. All right? To use different values for the radius, the app needs to know which one we want to apply. We have to instruct it to use a specific value, and we'll store that in a variable. A variable is a named memory location whose contents may vary. All right, so we're going to define the variable, and we're going to call it dot size, and we're going to initialize it to 2. All right, let's, as we've been doing, let's continue to collapse our blocks. Now we'll come in here. All right. And under variables, we'll initialize a global variable. I think that's what they asked us to do. Calling it dot size and initializing it to the value of 2. So we click in here, and now we can type in dot size. And again, we can either click on math here, choose the first 0th element and put it here, or I can just click in here, type in the number 2, hit enter. Didn't take it. Type in the number 2, hit enter, and there's that 2. All right. Now we want to change the argument of the drawing canvas, draw circle, okay, so that it uses dot size rather than always using a fixed number, which is what we've done thus far. So this has currently got a 5 in that draw circle, but we want to change it to get global dot size. And what was that? Which one was that in? There, I think that's it. So we want to change this. Okay? And what we want to change it to is we want to put in there a get global dot size. All right? So it says go to the draw circle block, drag out the number 5. So that was for the touched. Is that the one I'm doing? Nope. All right. So what I did, if you missed that, because I didn't explain it while I was doing it, but I wanted to come here and reset my radius to the value of the variable. So right now it's got touched any sprite. And I'm going to choose that get touched any sprite, pull it down, click the down arrow here and change it to global dot size. I believe that's what the author wanted us to do right here. All right? All right. Your app will now draw circles that are sized based on the value of the variable, but you still need to code the dot size changes according to what the user chooses. You'll implement this behavior by using the small button click and the big button click. So we need to bring out the small button click from our drawer. So again, let's come through here and let's grab this and collapse it, as we've done. Let's grab this and collapse it. That already is collapsed, so I guess you can't. So let's go to let's bring out the button big dots. While we're here, let's just bring out right away the button small dots. All right, so we have both of those. In fact, we'll put that one here. Let's put it so they're lined up. How's that? All right. We want to set the global size, and we want to plug that in. So here we want to set global size. Let's go back to where we just were. Is that in the touched event? Yeah. We're going to choose this, but we want to change that to global dot size. All right, and excuse me. Right now, it stays as 2, okay? And let's do that the other way, the more old-fashioned way that we've been using previously. And that is, we're going to come in here, and we're going to go over to Math, choose our first thing here with a 0 on it. All right, and we'll change that to 2. And that's our small dot. Now let's go and collapse this again so we can see our big dot. Okay? Make a similar change to the big button, but set the size to 8. So the event handlers should look like this. Set small to 2 and set small, or for the small it should be set global dot size to 2, and for the large or big it should be set global dot size to 8. Now I'm just going to grab this and duplicate it so I can bring that over to here. Click on here and change that to 8. Let's put these on top of one another. So there's my 2 buttons, my 2 and my 8, which look like it looks on here. All right? So the complete code is shown here on page 19. I've finished the project. They give you some possible variations you could use. I'm not going to read those to you. You can take a look at those on your own time and see if you want to try to implement those. But let's go over quickly the summary here. We used a canvas component which allows us to draw. It senses touches and drags, and we did map those to drawing functions. We used 2 horizontal components to organize the layout rather than just placing them below one another. We saw that some event handlers require arguments, so we had to fill those in. We created a new global variable, and notice it says global on it, which means it's available throughout every single routine in the program. I don't remember if they talk about this in the book or not, but there's also a possibility of making something local, where it's only known within the confines of where you're using it. Okay? And for each variable you define, App Inventor automatically supplies a global reference, which is your get, and a set which allows you to change it. So we use the canvas component for painting, and we also did a few other things. And we'll catch on this, or we'll see this again at another time. Now the bad thing is, again, that it appears as if I come back here and reconnect with my emulator. It doesn't look like I can do much of anything with this. It's not letting, oh, there you go. So I can draw, there's blue, there's red, there's green. Let's wipe That wiped it. Let's click big dots, click on here and let go. There's our green dot. There's a blue dot. There's a red dot. Now let's make them smaller. There's a green dot. It's there. It's just very hard to see. There's a red dot. There's a blue dot. And again, we can wipe. I should be able to, if I take picture now, it's not doing anything because I have to literally take a picture and load it in. All right? Okay, but everything else appears to work. That's always a great sign. Now, I'm going to tempt fate here, and I'm done with the project, but I'm going to go to My Projects, and I'm going to open up the Hello Purr that we did the other day. I'm just curious as to whether or not we'll have any sound right now. That's all. So, I have to let the emulator catch up, and it has. Pet the kitty. Still don't have sound. My sound is turned up. It's plenty loud, but I'm not getting sound for whatever reason. So I finished the second assignment. All right. And we do have the Meow MP3, and the Meow MP3 should be set up for in here, which could be the problem. Maybe it's just not finding that. I will look at that or look for that and come back with Chapter 3 shortly.